into FTS, the collision risk, it is something if you talk to a lot of people about 2FTS, one thing you'll probably hear about is everybody's had a collision situation, like a near collision, if not an actual one, and I had many, and some of them are sort of just near misses, but the one that really sticks with me because it's funny, but it was really dangerous, was myself and another Dan, Dan Goody. We were together on a solo form, so we were both solo in our PC9s practising form on each other. He was lead at first, and then he just finished his lead, and I took the lead, and he was on my left wing, and he was moving to echelon right, and we were in a left turn. So all of those things combined, there was a fair bit of action happening at that moment, and I saw a dot appear in front of me, the dot that turns into an aircraft. So I said aircraft 12 o'clock, and I was about to say brake right because he was on my right hand side. If he broke right and then I followed him, that'd be the go. But as I went to say it, the dot turned into two dots with one braking to our right, and I thought, well, that just cancelled out braking right because now I don't know what's happening. So I didn't know what to say, so I just guided him straight ahead, and it turned out to be another formation of PC9s. And one of them went just under my left wing, and the other one actually pulled up and then came back in at us, and he was inverted, and he just missed my friend Dan inverted above him. And we sort of flew through that, and there was the typical sort of silence that went for a little while as we just flew straight ahead, thinking, did we just really do that Blue Angels manoeuvre or what? And then I called him up and I said, hey Dan, do you want to just go back to Pierce and land? And he said yes, and I said, oh, let's do that then. And so we just went back and landed. And it turned out to be a formation of instructors, and they were just yahooing, and they'd split and were coming back in on each other, and in the process they hadn't done a good lookout and they hadn't seen us, and it wasn't until they were coming in on each other that they saw us go between them. That was the first they saw of us. So it gave them a hell of a fright too. And and that to me is probably the closest you'd ever want to go. It was, if we had GoPros back then, that would have looked really sensational, and we could have claimed that we did it on purpose or something. But it was. And the funny side of this, like you're kind of thinking, what's funny about that? But the funny side of it was Friday the 13th. It was the formation, that solo form was formation 13 on the course. And we took off at 1300 hours, and just as a joke, Dan, who was very religious, they gave him aircraft number 13.